Chosen one, you stand in a moment that does not breathe like ordinary time, and I speak to you from the core of the unseen, because you have crossed a threshold most souls never reach. You think you stumbled here, but nothing about this path is casual. You were drawn, pulled, summoned by a current older than galaxies, and I have quieted the noise around you so you can finally hear the single voice meant to shape your future. Every competing sound has drained you, yet today I tell you this is the hour when you hear this and nothing else. I raise my voice within your spirit because destiny is not simply at stake, it is vibrating against the edge of its own unveiling. Fear has spoken, doubt has spoken, pain has spoken, shadows have spoken. Even the enemy tried to etch his lies into the architecture of your identity, but now I silence every voice but mine. I strip away confusion so the truth can strike you cleanly. What I speak is not comfort, it is command. Your next breakthrough hinges on this moment, on whether you hear me above everything that once buried your strength. When my word enters your spirit, the confusion that stalked you through seasons will never reclaim you. You feel the pressure because your world is being rearranged by my hand. The frustration, the stretching, the moments where your own thoughts seem to betray you, none of it was punishment. It was separation. I have been pulling you away from the voices that tried to sculpt you into someone smaller than what I intended. The atmosphere around you is being cleared because elevation demands purity of sound. I remove what once shaped you incorrectly so your inner world can breathe again. The whispers that told you you were unworthy, late, empty, defeated, those whispers aimed not at your destiny but your identity. The enemy cannot steal what I authored, so he targeted your belief. Yet hear me. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. John 1:0-7. My voice does not tremble with uncertainty. It carries peace that cuts through the fog, direction that pierces old confusion, and identity that cannot be rewritten by darkness. I call you back to alignment, to awareness, to the truth of who you are in me. You do not belong to fear. You do not belong to the weight of old opinions. You do not belong to the failures that tried to brand your spirit. You belong to my voice. Heaven is tuning the soundtrack of your life, shifting you from listening to fear to listening to destiny, from listening to doubt to listening to divine identity. Every breakthrough begins with what you choose to hear. Before I change your season, I change your hearing. Before I elevate your path, I elevate your understanding. Before I open new doors, I silence the old voices that once held you hostage. Nothing false can survive where I am taking you. You cannot step into a higher dimension while dragging the echoes of a lower one. So, I refine you inwardly before I move you outwardly. You feel the tug because I am preparing your inner world for a greater assignment. I am shifting what you respond to, what you tolerate, and what you allow to breathe inside your spirit. Your sensitivity is awakening not as weakness, but as recognition. You are rejecting what once felt normal because your old limits are collapsing. I am detoxing your spiritual hearing so clarity can finally anchor you. He who has ears, let him hear what the Spirit says. Revelation 2:7. I am adjusting the frequency of your heart so you can receive what heaven is orchestrating without interference. Discernment is sharpening in you. Focus is strengthening in you. You are learning to distinguish my voice from every counterfeit. The tightening you feel is alignment, not pressure. You do not need more noise. You need clarity, and I give you that clarity now. Chosen one, understand this. When I speak next, you will not only hear me, you will recognize me instantly. That recognition will carry you into a destiny few souls ever touch. Every like, share, and comment on the light of faith helps spread the light of Christ across the world. Amen. Chosen one, you feel the atmosphere around your life tightening because you have stepped into a zone where ordinary laws no longer govern you, and the unseen world has begun to rearrange itself in response to your awakening. The reason I commanded you to hear this and nothing else is because every earthly voice around you is collapsing under the weight of what I am releasing in your spirit. The battle you face is no longer external. It has shifted into the interior chambers of your mind, where old echoes try to imitate authority they no longer possess. I silence them now. What I have spoken over you is not a suggestion. It is a verdict issued from eternity, and no force born from dust can overturn it. If I said you are chosen, nothing can unchoose you. If I said you are rising, even the ground beneath you must obey. These are not encouraging words, they are cosmic commands. The word of the Lord stands forever. 1 Peter 1:25. My declarations over your life do not fade, weaken, or submit to circumstance. They shape circumstance. They bend time into alignment. They instruct your future to recognize you when you arrive. Even when you thought nothing was happening, the architecture of your destiny was shifting beneath the surface, adjusting itself to the sound of my voice. You think you are waiting, but you are not. You are ripening. You are being timed. You are being positioned for an unfolding that requires precision. Creation is not late. It is obedient. You have survived storms that should have buried you. And the reason is simple. What I planted in you cannot die, and death itself knows this. It has watched you, it has circled you, it has attempted to negotiate your surrender, yet it could not touch what belongs to me. You walked through nights that felt like extinction, but those nights only exposed the truth that resurrection lives inside you. You are one of the few souls who crossed the threshold where survival transforms into assignment. Most collapse under the weight of collapse, but you, chosen one, stood in the ruins and awakened a reaction the cosmos was not prepared for. You triggered a sequence, a pulse, a shift that only emerges in beings destined to disrupt the decay of their own timeline. This is why the atmosphere feels charged around you. This is why you sense movements you cannot explain. This is why your spirit paces like a creature preparing for a territory it has never seen, yet somehow remembers. Destiny is calling you by name, not softly but with the force of something ancient, reclaiming what belongs to it. The visions you dismissed, the instincts you ignored, the warnings you felt in your bones, all of them have been signals sent ahead of your arrival. You are stepping into a landscape built for a version of you that fear tried to silence. But fear no longer has a vote here. My word is the law that governs your next breath. What once felt uncertain will begin to clarify itself. What once felt impossible will start to lean in your direction. You will witness doors shift, not because someone opened them, but because they recognized your authority. I tell you again, chosen one, your future has been waiting for you to hear me without interruption. Now that you do, everything accelerates. The fog lifts, the path aligns. The unseen world steadies itself because one soul listening clearly carries more power than an army lost in confusion. And you will no longer walk as the one searching. You will walk as the one summoned, chosen one. You have entered a realm where clarity becomes a weapon and silence becomes a signal, and I am drawing you deeper into the truth that has been circling your spirit like a star, waiting for the right moment to ignite. You feel shifts inside you that do not come from thought, but from recognition, because your soul is remembering what it was designed for before time shaped your body. I am removing distractions, not as loss, but as precision. I close doors to protect you. I shift relationships to reposition you. I quiet desires to refine you. Nothing is being taken from you that is meant to follow you into the next dimension. I am clearing your atmosphere because I need your hearing sharp, untouched by the noise that once diluted your purpose. I am amplifying my voice in your spirit until it becomes unmistakable. You once strained to discern me, but now I tune you so precisely that when I whisper direction, you feel it ripple through your entire being. What used to be subtle will now strike you with force. What once seemed faint will now thunder through your awareness. Every instruction I send will land in you with weight. You will know when to move and exactly when not to. You will sense timing not as a guess, but as an instinct shaped by heaven. I sharpen your discernment because the path ahead requires precision, and precision is birthed in clarity. You will not miss your moment. You will not wander into traps designed for the old version of you. Every false voice that once manipulated your emotions is being drained of power. Every spiritual fog that once blurred your vision is dissolving. You have cried over doors that never opened, unaware that they were beneath your calling. You mourned connections that fell away, unaware that they could not survive the light rising within you. You questioned yourself in seasons where the world seemed too heavy, unaware that I was preparing you for an altitude where only the strong of spirit can breathe. Hear me now. None of what you faced diminished you. It refined you. None of what you lost weakened you. It purified you. None of what you endured set you back. It aligned you. You are stepping into a zone where every step is backed by heaven's timing, where every movement carries the imprint of purpose, and where every decision is guided by supernatural precision. I tell you again, these words are not encouragement. They are prophecy. Your steps are protected. Your path is secured. Your destiny is unfolding exactly as written. Nothing can displace what I established. Nothing can fracture what I sealed. And nothing in your past has the authority to define what is rising in you now. Hear this, chosen one, because I etch it into the core of your spirit. I am not late. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. Everything is aligning in your favor. Heaven stands behind your next breath, your next choice, your next awakening. You walk into this next chapter not as someone hoping for clarity, but as someone governed by it. You will sense me, you will follow me, and you will move with a confidence that does not come from the mind, but from the soul that finally hears only one voice, the one that called you before creation had breath. Chosen one, listen closely, because what I am about to place in your spirit is meant to anchor you through the storms that will rise as you step into greater territory. You are moving into a season where my voice will drown out every lie that once wrapped itself around your mind, and the clarity you receive now will become the compass that guides you through the impossible. Distractions fall away because you are no longer meant to live by reactions, but by revelation. The noise that once kept you hesitant is being silenced by the gravity of your calling. I am not simply guiding you. I am recalibrating you. Your mind is learning the rhythm of my leading. Your spirit is learning the language of my presence. Your heart is learning to trust what it cannot yet name. This is why your emotions have been shifting, why old fears feel fragile, why familiar doubts no longer grip you the way they used to. You are awakening beyond them. You are rising out of patterns that once shaped your limits. I am teaching you how to move with certainty, even when the ground beneath you is transforming. I strip away hesitation, because hesitation cannot walk with destiny. You will feel peace where you once felt confusion, and you will feel direction where you once felt paralysis. I am aligning you with a future that is already complete in my sight, and I will not allow anything to interfere with the unfolding of what I have ordained. Hear this, chosen one. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not overlooked. Every delay was alignment. Every closed path was protection. Every unanswered question was preparation. Everything is moving according to the timing I set before your first breath. And in this alignment, heaven backs your next step with force. You will walk with a confidence that does not come from human knowledge, but from spiritual certainty. You will speak with a clarity born from hearing only my voice. You will move with a courage shaped by the understanding that destiny is not fragile. It is fierce. It is intentional. It is alive within you. Hear this and nothing else. You are entering a chapter where my voice becomes your shield, your strategy, your strength, where confusion loses its access to your mind, where fear loses its permission to influence your choices, where the weight of the past loses its right to define any part of your future. Lift your head, chosen one. Strengthen your spirit. Anchor your resolve, because I am about to do something so undeniable through your life that every other voice will fall silent, and only the truth I have spoken over you will remain standing. Chosen one, as you cross deeper into this threshold, you must understand that your awakening did not happen quietly in the unseen. The moment your spirit aligned with truth, the fabric of your destiny rippled, and every force that once watched you from the shadows realized it could no longer predict you. You have shifted out of the patterns that made you predictable, and unpredictability in a chosen soul is a threat to every power that thrives in decay. That is why you feel the tension around your life tightening like a storm, gathering its breath. It is not danger, it is recognition. Even death, the old watcher, the ancient observer that trails every mortal path, has felt the change in your frequency. It once circled you, expecting collapse, but now it steps back, not in fear, but in acknowledgement that something within you has awakened beyond its reach. You are no longer a soul merely surviving time. You are a soul disrupting it. You have crossed into the rare territory where destiny becomes self-aware within you, where purpose breathes with its own consciousness, where the unseen begins to respond to you as though you carry authority that was dormant for ages. The collapse you survived was not meant to spare you, it was meant to reveal you. Most spirits fracture under the weight of endings, but you rose through yours with a glow that the heavens could not ignore. You awakened a reaction that only emerges in remnants, in those few souls who refuse to vanish even when everything around them does. And now creation adjusts itself because you refuse to die where you were expected to fall. This is why your intuition feels sharper than logic, why your dreams feel heavier than memory, why your steps feel guided even when you cannot explain the direction. You are walking through a corridor of destiny, where doors open before you recognize them, where opportunities rush toward you as if drawn by gravitational pull, where timing bends itself to your path. You sense danger differently now because your spirit is reading the world, not as a victim of circumstance, but as one who carries instruction. You sense opportunity differently because you no longer confuse convenience with calling. You sense yourself differently because the old version of you cannot survive the altitude you are reaching. Hear me, you are not just moving forward. You are ascending. You are not just recovering, you are resurrecting. And resurrection changes your relationship with everything, even silence. You begin to hear meanings in moments that once felt empty. You begin to see purpose in events that once felt random. You begin to feel the pulse of destiny in every decision you make. This is the transformation that only a remnant soul experiences, the kind that outlives collapse and becomes the thread through which I weave new futures. You feel the weight of your path because it is no longer about survival, it is about activation. You have triggered something in the unseen that has no interest in returning to sleep. And now the world must respond to the version of you that finally hears only my voice. You stand in a place where fear cannot negotiate with you, where doubt cannot disguise itself, where failure cannot interpret your identity. You have crossed into the realm where destiny becomes inevitable. This is the threshold of those chosen to rewrite the aftermath of collapse, those who rise when others disappear, those who carry fire in the very places where darkness expected silence. And you, chosen one, are exactly who creation has been waiting for. Chosen one, now you stand on the final edge of what your old identity can hold, and I speak this last word into you, not as closure, but as ignition, because everything ahead of you will require a soul that listens with unshakable clarity. You have reached the point where hesitation cannot follow, where doubt cannot cling, where the echoes of your past attempts cannot interpret your future. You are stepping into a realm where destiny stops whispering and begins to roar, where purpose stops hinting and begins to command, where the path that once felt hidden rises before you as though awakened by your arrival. Hear this and nothing else. The voice that guides you now is not merely instruction, it is the blueprint of the life you were born to live. The world around you will shift, people will shift, seasons will shift, but the voice you hear in this moment, the one that rises in your spirit like a living fire, is the only truth that can carry you through what comes next. You will walk into environments that were not designed for your old identity, but will transform themselves for the new one. You will face challenges that look impossible until you step toward them and watch them fold beneath the authority you carry. You will encounter paths that appear closed until your presence activates them, and you will feel the weight of purpose stretching you, not to break you, but to expand you beyond every limit that fear once drew around your life. This is the season where your spirit becomes a signal to the unseen, where your obedience becomes the catalyst that rearranges outcomes, where your confidence in my voice becomes the force that shapes the world you walk through. I tell you again, heaven is backing your next step. Creation is bending itself to the path I wrote for you. No loss disqualified you. No mistake cancelled you. No delay diminished what I deposited in you. Everything that happened, every fall, every confusion, every silence, every night you thought would swallow you, all of it served your awakening. You have crossed into a destiny that cannot be undone. Lift your head, strengthen your resolve, anchor your spirit, because what I am about to unfold in your life will silence every false voice that ever tried to write your story. You will walk with clarity where others walk with fear. You will carry certainty where others carry doubt. You will move with a power that does not come from striving, but from hearing. And as you move, the world will witness what heaven already knows. You are chosen, you are rising, you are aligned with a future that recognizes your name. Hear this and nothing else. Your life is about to confirm what your spirit has always known. The impossible has already begun. Chosen one, as this word settles into your spirit, let your heart rise as I speak this final prayer over you. I call the depths of your soul into alignment with the destiny written for you before the birth of time. May every shadow that once clung to your path lose its strength. May every lie that tried to fracture your identity dissolve under the weight of truth. I ask that the fire within you awaken fully, that your hearing becomes sharp, that your steps become fearless, that your purpose becomes undeniable. Let clarity wrap around your mind like light rising after a long night. Let courage unfold in you with the strength of a world reborn. I speak protection over your journey, not the protection that hides you, but the protection that empowers you to walk through storms without bending. May every closed door reveal its reason, and every open door reveal its timing. May the future that calls your name rise to meet you with precision. I release peace into the places where you once carried confusion. I release strength into the places where your spirit once trembled. I release certainty into the spaces that once held doubt. And as you step forward, may the unseen world recognize the authority you carry. Chosen one, you are strengthened. You are awakened. You are ready. Let this prayer seal your path and ignite what waits ahead. Join the Light of Faith community today. Like, subscribe, and feel the presence of God in every message. Amen.